the WSSU PowerHouse Cheerleaders, along with the coaches Sheila and Tevin. Now, let me tell you guys, the WSSU Cheerleaders are amazing.
Let's talk about, what this year's been like for you guys as a whole.
This year has been interesting. It's had its ups, its downs, its specialness. Coming back into coaching, because we both coached here before, but I think we picked an interesting time to come back into the fold in coaching because it was very challenging with COVID. The kids had to test 3 times a week. There were some games we didn't have the full squad performing, and oftentimes, we would be like, yes, we have everybody. But it was a little challenging. However, I will say it worked itself out. A lot of opportunities came to the kids. Because of COVID, we had more time to play with the social media aspect and trying to market the program. So we've been working with the kids, getting them skills and learning how to post certain things on social media, how to create content. So they've been doing their blog, which is fun for them. It's all about getting buy-in from them. So if they're proud of something, they will perform even better within it. But of course, then here came the reel. That was a wonderful opportunity that came out of nowhere, but we took it and ran with it. And then after the reel, we both said, it's something else is about to happen. This isn't it. So we made it through CIAA, and I'm like, this is not goodbye yet. Like, we really felt it. And then immediately, here come inboxes. But it's been a fun year. It was a little stressful, but the kids made it worthwhile. They were awesome.
I mean, for me, it's just being able to have us come back and take the tradition that we've known for so long and put it to like a major scale. I don't think when she was sharing or when I was sharing that we ever thought like, oh, our little program that we came in and like so many people came through at our HBCU will be like as big as it is now. So it's a major blessing. I'm happy that it was us that came in and was able to do it.
Yep, I refuse to do it without my right hand. So whenever I got, the opportunity, I said, I know exactly who I'm calling in. So I prepped them and said, listen, you coming with me. so we've been rolling. So we've been making it work. We pick all the time and say we're throwing the confetti up, and it's landing nicely. So it's been a great opportunity.
Yeah, and talk about the opportunity, obviously, with Ciara. Just kind of how that came about, and then obviously letting the team know and keeping it under wraps and all of that good stuff. So.
Ooh, you talk about felt like we was like some undercover, well, the backstory of it was, about midnight, one of Ciara's dancers sent an inbox through Instagram. She sent me an actual email with listing all of her social medias, I guess, to make sure we knew it was real. And our silly selves, you know how Instagram is the people that you don't necessarily are friends with, so the messages kind of hidden.
Right.
Yeah, that blue check was sitting over there from Ciara's page, and we didn't know it. But it was funny because at first I had to go through and vet everything. Candace Savage, thank you so much for reaching out to us, Candy. But they gave her the task of finding us because they had this vision of having the PowerHouse in their video. So I reached out to her the very next morning. Within minutes, I was probably on the phone with the choreographer, Jamaica Craft, and also Ciara's manager, Monica. So things start moving really fast. We didn't tell the kids all yet. We wanted to be a little bit of a surprise for them. So they requested a few Zoom practices. So our first initial Zoom practice was literally in the classroom here in Game Center. We were trying to tuck away and hide. But the kids, some of them had no idea what was happening. She came on that screen and all you heard was gasp. Like, she wanted them to introduce themselves and they were all giddy. It was so funny. Who was it? Tiffany. I love you. My name is Tiffany and I love you. So it was so cool. They were really appreciative of the opportunity. And everyone on Ciara's team, including herself, are super sweet. Like, they really made us feel like family. It didn't feel like we were some outsiders coming in. The dancers, everyone embraced us when we arrived. But after 3 Zoom practices, we were heading to LA. We got to LA, and then like the next day after we got there, we had our official practice with Ciara. So it was fun because we could teach a lot on Zoom, but it's nothing like being right there with someone trying to teach them our technique of shake. We're hands-on, so we literally have to put our hands on your hip and move you, kind of thing when we're teaching. So it was cool. It was a good experience. It was a lot of power. We didn't know how to take it. It was like, Coach, we want you to, say no more. So, but it was absolutely fun.
No doubt about it. And so you said they specifically wanted you guys, not just a generic HBCU cheer.
No.
Did they tell you Did they tell you kind of why, where that came from, or?
They actually let us. I'm not saying it outright, but we could tell they had been watching our videos. So we're assuming they've been looking on TikToks or whatnot because they knew the specific formation they wanted. And there were key signature moves that we do that they wanted included. They did give us free reign with creating the choreography, so we put that on the kids. They had a little time to brainstorm. We take that back at our Zoom meeting and they said, oh, we like that, can you add more of this part? And it just correlated, and it was a wonderful combination of what they wanted and just us putting in our little spice. But we could tell they had done their homework. So I don't know that it was a situation they just wanted an HBCU stomp and shake team as much as they knew the kids' names. Like, they were very comfortable in saying Destiny or, the one who, in the video who has this hair. Like, they knew specifics, which also made us feel good because the kids have been working hard on their social media this year. So that let us know they're doing something right.
And so I have to ask, so when you saw the colors, when you saw the colors, obviously Ciara's husband Russell is with the Broncos.
She's his cheerleader.
Exactly. So you know how it goes. You saw the colors. I mean, what was your reaction there?
We actually, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Listen, we on their set, on their time.
Right.
They paid for us to come.
Right.
We weren't gonna ask any questions,
right.
And we love our woo-woo sisters, so that was not a problem whatsoever. Shout out to Adrian Ward and the woo-woos, okay? Because we had no problem rocking the colors. I will say we went in on the fitting. We didn't know what to expect. We had fitting after our rehearsal. It was like 10 o'clock at night having fitting, and they literally, I don't know what kind of team. Shout out to the team for wardrobe because that uniform didn't look like that when we got to the set. So it literally, they cut it up. They asked our opinions on things. We said, okay, make the little skirt a little shorter or, crop the top. They were very open to everything. Again, giving us a lot of power. It kind of scared us. They were like, Coach, what you want? Okay. So, well, we want to look collegiate, so can we chop that off, kind of thing. And they were open for it, but by the time we got there on that set, it was still dark at like 5 in the morning, and those uniforms were cut up and perfect for those kids. It was amazing. That told us that whoever that was put in some work that night. So kudos to you.
No doubt about it. And how hard of it was the secret to keep? Because I know I saw on social media, I was like, well, they're in LA, and I know I message you, and usually you always reach out back out. So when you didn't say anything, I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll just find out. So how getting everyone to do the NDAs and all of that stuff, like, what was that like? And just obviously, for some of the the team that may want to be in entertainment, I'm sure it was a learning experience for them as well.
It was. Of course, they had us sign the NDAs. So we can only tell select few people, people who we knew it was kind of a requirement, specifically because it was the week of finals. So we really had to let them know, hey, we have an opportunity in California. We couldn't say what the opportunity was, but the kids ain't gonna be here. How can we work this out? So different departments on the university campus worked with the kids. They split them up and did everything. So it worked out great. But it was hard keeping a secret. We was getting inboxes. We was like,
Everybody want to know, why are y'all in California? What is y'all doing out
it got to the point I was like, y'all don't post nothing else. Like, what y'all doing? Stop tagging where you at. But it was difficult to keep the secret because I was literally itching for like 2 months. Like, I am going to explode because we didn't know when it was going to come out. They finally let us know. I had to start asking. I was like, Jamaica, just give me a hint. Just a little hint, just around about the week of, the 2 week span or something. And they gave us a date. It was, we were ready then. It calmed us down. We still were a little nervous because we didn't know what it was going to look like because we didn't see it in advance. But I was ecstatic. My girls did phenomenal at the beginning. And the guys, our guys pulled through too. They had to jump on trampolines. One of our guys had on a little apparatus because he was doing flips in the air. So it was fun. We had 2 days of shooting of just magical experience.
Hey, the Rams go Hollywood. Good stuff.
Rams go Hollywood. Listen.
So lastly, since it's come out, obviously, the story's been out and people, know that it's you guys. So what has been the reaction from, have there been people blowing up your inbox saying, hey, I want to be a cheerleader, I need to apply, what do I need,
That has been hilarious. It has been interesting. The inbox, no doubt, the congratulations and people being proud of the program, alumni, former coaches, people we cheered with are absolutely ecstatic about the kids representing the way they did. It was just funny because the inboxes started. We're like, sorry guys, we've already had practice tryouts for the next year. We do our tryouts like in May, or like April, May. So it's literally we prep throughout the summer for our actual year. So we're like, sorry, they're like, how can I see y'all on TV, but I will say this as a coach, we don't want you to say you see us on TV. We want you to say you want to come to the university to study and then to be a part of the program, because student first is absolutely our priority.